to go and get Isaiah. This is exam week for him. So he did that at 10:30-ish. I picked him up from a friend's house, and we had to stop and do something and come back. So, but I already had amazing conversation with someone from India, from the Ultimate Coach, Farah Ismail. Cool. She's amazing. She's a wonderful woman. Have you connected with her?
Who is it?
Farah Ismail. She's a coach in Bangalore. India. Yes.
I'll have to connect with her. I need to be a little more. I do the connection bingo. So every 2 weeks I meet a new
she's in it. She talked to me about it too.
Yeah. But I probably could stand to just like all the people who are interesting to me in the group, just reach out to them and say, hey, let's have a conversation.
How many thousand are we right now? In
like
the group?
7,500, 5K or something like that. Yeah.
Which is funny is I realize it's microcosms, there's a different word within it. There are some people I've even never heard about. And there are some people that I heard about all the time. I hear about.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm like, well, it's 7,000 people. And even the posts that are very popular, don't get more than 100 likes. Our comments. So I'm like, wow, it's like microcosms.
So you wonder, first of all, I go through this is like, well, 7,000 people, and maybe there are actually 100 or a couple of hundred who actively participate, or is it that there are 7,000, I just don't see all of the activity because Facebook chooses what to show me?
Yeah, I think that's the second answer is more correct, because being in the team, I saw some stats and stuff. People interact.
Yeah.
People interact.
Yeah.
I like your Christmas background.
Oh yeah. That was up from yesterday. I was doing my Facebook Live guitar, and it's all Christmas themed this week. And I'm probably gonna do it on Christmas Day because that's a Sunday. So
yes, this year Christmas and so maybe that's why kids don't go back to school. Like my younger ones until January 9th. Isaiah is going back January 4th. I'm like, wow, it's long.
that is a long time. Yeah.
But it's good. So I'll have to see how to balance work and having them at home at the same time. But it's good.
That's always kind of a challenge that I don't know how I actually managed when Corvo was a toddler. I was still in a doctoral program for music. I was still in my doctoral program, and I managed to push through at the end when Corvo was about 3.5 and 4 to do all this stuff. But it was like micromanaging my time and always looking for pockets of time where I could just jump in for what I was working on for just a second or a couple of seconds. It's a very different, there were no long stretches of time, out before me. But what's kind of interesting is, to me, like when I'm in that situation, when I've been in situations where I'm like really busy all the time, I still manage to get a lot done because I have that mindset, right? So I had the mindset of, well, I need to take advantage of all these little periods of time that I wouldn't take advantage of if I had long stretches of time in front of me.
I work also very well when it's urgent, which is not great. I think I practiced over the past year in more having more of a regular schedule, try not to work on when it's urgent. But somehow I am more inspired when it's
you're more inspired when it's urgent, when there's a deadline,
when it's due. Exactly. I got all of my sparkled there, so it's funny.
Anyway. Yeah, I think there's something that happens when there's some urgency, that there's
in the brain. There is some hormones that are secreted, probably, that gives you more. There is a bad one and the good one. There's oxytocin and
Oxytocin and
cortisol and
cortisol.
adrenaline, and
Yeah.
yeah, can be. I think the adrenaline is a good one. No, yeah, no, the adrenaline is it
Well,
bad?
isn't
It's
adrenaline
good.
more like a?
It's short. When it pushes you, and the cortisol is a bad one that you produce when there is danger and things like that, kind of to save your life, right? You will be maybe jump, over a hill that you wouldn't be able to do if everything was. Yeah.
So cortisol would be something that would give you like superhuman powers.
Probably, yeah. But when it's secreted all the time, it's negative, right? Your heart pumps too fast, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And what it says, about stress and the fact that with chronic stress, that we live on a state of chronic stress, it's like, that's why also we get sick, because our we're constantly living as if there was a lion chasing us, right?
Yeah. So I guess the question is, how do I get to, if I want to do something and there's no urgency, there's
how do you
no
motivate
deadline,
yourself?
how do I motivate myself when I have like I do now, like long days ahead of me where I only have a couple of appointments? So how do I get myself into action?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I think doing, like, for me, I would say it's doing the things that I love.
Yeah.
When I'm doing the things that I love, I will get to them anyway. So
yeah,
it's, that's also why we say it's fun. It's good to do a job that you love so much that you don't even feel like you're working.
Right. Exactly.
Because to do something that keeps you, that you enjoy doing, like reading, when you're reading a good book, or when you're doing music, I'm sure you don't.
Yeah, well, I have all sorts of motivation for the books I like to read, and the books, the idea of to really retaining the information, read the book 7 times. And I started doing that I read music every day. I just take a selection of music and read it and study it. And so I'm on to Handel's Messiah again.
Oh, yes.
Which is,
that's the time of the year.
It's the season for that. So I decided, it would be good to, I can take all of the parts and read them either on mandolin or guitar or bass. And then I could sing all the parts, and I could just go through and methodically go, what would it be like if I went through and read through it 7 times? And it's the same thing with, I don't know if you know the Bach sonatas and partitas for solo violin. It's he wrote 6. They're really long solo violin works. They're about 20 minutes a piece with multiple movements, and he wrote 6 of them. And they're sort of the Mount Everest in the solo violin repertoire. And when I got a violin, I bought that book because I was thinking, I want to play some Bach, and it's like, no. But now I can on the mandolin, I can sight read them.
Oh, wow.
And so my thinking was, well, this would be a good project for me to do.
Yes.
Every morning I sit down and I read a page of the Bach sonatas and partitas, and it's about 70 pages total in the book. And if I do that, I could probably do that 7 times in a year.
You will know it. Yeah, I like your, the fact that you do the things that you love, you do them repeatedly, and that's a secret, actually, of
that really is the secret sauce. Yeah,
that's the secret sauce. Yeah, just keep practicing, keep doing, until you become it, until you learn it, until you know it, until it's part of you, whatever you like. Just we talked about that. Just practicing your craft, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and but the thing that the thought that sometimes stops me is like, well, playing Bach on the mandolin, that's not really something that's going to make you a lot of money.
You did? Oh, okay. So that's a different. I think I would say that's a different. It's what your end goal, because you do something based on the end goal. So what do you want? And why do you want it? If you want to create something to make money, you won't necessarily do the same thing that you do just to have fun. But the magic is
when
the two collide.
That's right. Yeah,
That's when the magic happens.
Come together. Yes. I feel very fortunate that that's. I look back on my working life. Since I was 18 or 20, I really only rarely did something for money that I didn't enjoy, that I didn't love.
Yeah.
So that's really, I feel very fortunate about that.
People, the thought leaders out there, they say, if you're doing what you love, what you're good at, you will find a way to live out of it. But we know that a lot of the artists, the great painters or singers, a lot of them died without making money. And their art, their masterpiece or piece became successful later. And then somebody else got the money for that. So it would be nice to you see the fruits of whatever effort you put in.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like the way I look at it is that there is service and there is profit, right?
Yeah.
There is making money for money and there is impact.
Yeah.
So if you want to serve and make an impact, you can still do it while making money doing something else. So for me, it's not, the two are not opposite.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if you really love to serve people, if your thing is really to serve, to welcome people, you probably will not make money out of it, like literally serving, right? Yeah. But you have to have another leverage, another way to make money that will feed that thing. So
yeah.
I mean, it's a debate, right?
Yeah, it's a debate. And, then I think just going back to this mandolin thing, I could probably make money from that if I wanted to, I could,
that's the magic question. What it is that you really want.
It's like, do I want to do that, or do I want to just sit with Mr. Bach every day and revel in the beauty of his musical architecture and maybe just have that permeate into my style a little bit as far as what I play and not worry about whether or not that's going to be something that's responsible.
Yeah, if you really want to do it, you don't do it for the money, whatever. Yeah. I love to think, about the projects that I undertake, the things that I do. I like to ask myself, what would I do even for free? And the things that I'm doing right now are the things that I do mostly for free, and it's fun. I think it's great to get paid for, and I'm happy when I'm paid for it. But those are the things that, I won't stop doing.
Right. Yeah. Never stop doing this.
That I like doing. Exactly.
There's something about it that even if I'm not directly getting monetary compensation right now, I'm getting, my soul is getting compensation.
So again, it's the impact. I like saying the service and the impact, right? So what's your goal? What's your end goal? What is it that you want? It's still always that question. What do you want? I want to make a difference in people's life, whether I make money or not. So I am always looking at ways to make the difference in somebody's life, the person who is in front of me, because I genuinely love people. So, and I also need to make money. So there are some things that I do to make money, and there are some things that I do not to make money. But I end up making money doing those things anyway. So it's good. It's good.
All right. This kind of interesting where this conversation went today, but
I love that. It doesn't have, you don't know. Yeah. And I had
go ahead.
Did we do our 15 minutes?
Yeah, we done. I think I started it in the middle with, I'm sure we did it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. And
thank you.
See you next time.
Yes, tomorrow.
All right. Let me stop the recording here. Oh, and if you have time, I can